I'm going to go right here. But I mean, it's like we're moving through this portal, right? It's in a circle. It's on his back here, putting the past behind us. And it's like even this page of coins. It's like she's walked through this gate. So I feel like there's this new energy coming in. And of course it is a transition. I'm kind of getting a Six of Swords kind of a feeling with this. We do have 1, 2, 3 sixes right here, and then another one right here, which is about harmony. And we've got 2 4s, right? There's this harmony, this stability in the path. And this is about perseverance as well, which we see here. It's like there's these repeating patterns. This is the heart. And I feel like this is, yes, possibly weighed down by the collective energies, but you're also pushing them behind you. And it's almost like, this is kind of a rite of passage. I'm looking at this emblem, this tattoo on his back, and it's like, you're getting some kind of acknowledgement from spirit here. And there is like this, you're Aquarius, but you've got this, and that would be, the Six of Swords is Aquarian energy. But this is you're getting the Sun in Gemini, which is about this change in perspective, right? Being able to look at things in a different way, which is Gemini. That's why they get accused of, I'm a Gemini, get accused of being two-faced. And I'm sure that there are some two-faced Geminis out there. But for the most part, it's just that we can see 2 sides of things. We can hold 2 opposing points of view. And, I feel like that's what's going on here with you. And it's been through all of this that, there's like this big energy here, right? We've got the Hermit, the Hanged Man, Strength. All of this has led to this change in perspective. And this is needed to get through this shift, right? This transition that we're going through, which is bringing soul healing. And I feel like this is very much on a collective level, this soul healing, and especially with you, right? We see this area lit up here, right? This breaks down to an 8. This heart chakra, which Leo is very much associated with. I'm trying to get out. But, I just feel like these 3 just completely work together. We've all been kind of in this hermit mode. We've been kind of forced there, but I feel like this has been very much a voluntary effort on your part, right? You climbed up this mountain. You've been doing the work. You've been going within, doing the searching, etc. And you're continuing, right? We've got this hanging man here I just feel, this hanging man is, yes, that change in perspective, but this is just, he's just levitating here. In your mind, you are so attuned with spirit, even with the collective, which, can have its problems, but I don't see that here. That you're gaining power, you're gaining insight, right? Once again, we see this tattoo on the back that we see here as well. And then on the earth, in the earth element, what you're doing is, all those things that strengthen you, right? I think of the song by the Flaming Lips, Yoshimi battles the pink robots, and all the things that she does in order to battle them, right? To strengthen herself in order to battle them. And that's what I see you doing here, right? Getting the exercise, doing the, whatever kind of exercises that you do that make you feel strengthened, right? If you get strength from the outdoors, doing that. If you get strength through creative projects, doing that, right? Whatever it is. And it's got, this bastet energy is just like radiating from you. You're so attuned, right? And this has got you attuned. You're attuned in every possible aspect, body, mind, spirit. And that is where you get that strength. I mean, I don't see anything necessarily more than that here as far as this first week. I mean, I just see you putting in the work, just totally in the zone. Down below, we have from the House of Akut, which is fire, Bastet, and the Emperor. And, you very well could be, here as well, right? This can be lusty energy. This can be, you're very psychic here. I'm feeling like these psychic energies that you're connecting with your counterpart. It's a very fiery, very phallic energy here, right? But there's this drive. You're very driven, they're very confident, right? And this kind of energy, it's very creative. Whether this is, a creative project, yes, but also manifestations. I mean, this is very aligned. The masculine, the feminine, very driven, a lot of desire and a lot of confidence. I like it. And then above, we have from the House of Pet, which is the heavens, right? That's what I really feel like, this kind of portal energy all through the whole thing. But, this is what you're consciously moving toward, what you feel, and I see a new creative project, right? The phoenix rising from the ashes, just kind of this rebirth, this new energy, getting your feet in something new, whether this is like this new world that's coming about, some kind of new esoteric knowledge, or a new project. And, I do see you having success with that, right? Because this could be some kind of communication as well, definitely. Especially sitting over top this whole line right here, right? Gemini is about communication, and the Emperor sitting right here. There could be some reviving of communication in the real world, right? But so that fire continues. So much fire. But we do have, that Neptune is water. Otherwise, we wouldn't have water until the future. But we have a balance, which is good. The grounding here. Ground some more, though, right? Yeah, underneath the grounding is this rebirth. And once again, determination. And under that, angels and masters. And of course, then we have holistic health. And more good stuff is under there. But grounding is definitely needed with all this fire. And this fire is, I see in all of these spirit, right? The water is very much spirit. Your earth, this connection with it's spirit. Even the grounding, it's like going through this portal. It's connected with spirit, the heavens. But it's been a hard road, and there's still farther to go. But this is Moon in Sagittarius, and we do have a solar eclipse in Sagittarius in December. So there, it's like, I feel like this is saying the finish line is in sight. But, and this is in the relationship sector. But also, like I said before, I do think that, this strength card, right, building up the aura, that there is this need to kind of protect your energy, right? We're going to feel run down otherwise, and we might feel run down anyway. But victory. This is stepping into the spotlight, some kind of recognition. I mean, we have been doing all the spiritual work. This could very well be, spiritual recognition, some kind. But this is Jupiter. We do have that Jupiter-Pluto conjunction, and you've been putting in the work. I can imagine that there is something on the earthly plane that is some kind of gift, some kind of recognition here on something that you've been working on. And I can't help but see that, he's kind of, the way this was sitting, looking down at the Emperor. And I'm definitely seeing some mirroring happening here, right? Like, you and your counterpart are both kind of looking at, this below, right? This subconscious energy. And it's like, because look how similar he looks to this guy, right? Like this guy, this is what happens when you finally get there and you're not working so hard in the wounded warrior anymore, right? When you finally get to the end of this particular road, right? Because it doesn't ever truly end. I knew it was going to be that for some reason. Like, even though it's funny. Okay. So this is like heart chakra energy to me, right? The green is kind of or the main part, and then the upper chakra is that pink, compassionate energy. But it's the roseate spoonbill, and it's got a very unusual beak, right? And that's you guys. You all are unusual, and this is about like really appreciating the beauty in your uniqueness. And then this over here, JYM, seated in the studio 6. That's 6 energy. And the studio, right? And this would be this creative energy that I see all over this. And the kind of like surrealism of the time. And just kind of like the potential. Right? Nothing is completely, is seen clearly here. We kind of have to create it, right? Make it solid. But mostly, the Deva of eternity, of life and death, is an encounter with the primordial unity underlying all existence. It is the Ouroboros, the ancient symbol of eternity, Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end. It also depicts the formation of earthly matter, infinite and finite in one. The Deva is about karma, reincarnation, the soul's contract. From the soul, life molds us as the potter molds his clay. And yet, it is important to realize that when we are born, we do not cease to exist in the non-physical dimensions. The non-physical self remains there to guide us and remind us of the greater reality. The Deva's appearance thus can signify the link between our non-physical and physical souls, which are always connected. It can thus indicate an important message from your non-physical self, or a partnership, guidance, or soul connection. Alternatively, it may indicate a repetitive cyclical pattern that you need to be aware of, or issues of life and death. And I don't feel that last part. Like I said, I feel like this is that, I do see, this is like that clay, right? I told you there is this manifestation happening here, and also that connection with the higher self here and with your counterpart, right? And those contracts. I actually had a dream that I was reading mine and my counterpart. I was sneaking to read his I was like, what in the heck? All right, I got caught too. I didn't necessarily get caught, but I didn't get to finish. All right, number 70, the thread, the path, the vein, the circuit. Life is a tangle. So much happens simultaneously and circuitously, leaving us grappling for meaning and direction in a network of distractions. When we connect to the energy of the thread, however, we strike the deepest vein in the body. Our whole being responds to its tug. Meaning is pumped through our bloodstream. Our mind and spirits are lifted. We remember who we are and what we came into this world to do. Though this happens on the most profound level, it could be the simplest incident that activates the thread, a song, an image, a conversation heard in passing. No matter how confusing and multi-layered our modern lives become, if we are connected to the thread, we are free. Being tethered to it is the only anchor our heart requires. It's like, I feel like it's kind of connected to this eternity card, that soul contract, right? It's like it's what's pulling us forward, whether we're aware of it or not. When light, the circuit of meaning within chaos. When dark, binding, frustrating, taut. Go deeper. The sculptures of Eva Hess. Recall a moment in your life when you felt fully alive. The thread is waiting for you amid the details of that memory. You may think you have to find the thread and pull it. Imagine, though, that it's already tied around you, waiting for you to follow it home. And that is and this is your home. Beautiful. And Geb Newt Shoe. Actually, oh my goodness. And then looky there. There's the stars card in this deck underneath the fire element. I think on all of these, I could keep on going down into it. But yeah, I feel like, where you've been separated, right? This is getting ready to be over, right? And this is like that thread. This is like this ending here, right? And these dead ends always lead to new beginnings, right? When we hit a bunch of brambles, we have to kind of work through it, go around it, right? It always leads us someplace that is more in tune with where we're supposed to be going. Grounding, we've talked about this. Faith, and this is commitment to the path. I love this particular hierophant here because it shows like a lot of different faiths rather than just, kind of that papal figure. This is commitment. This is structure. This is finding your own spiritual path, right? What lights you up. And, learning from all of I feel like I get this sense of like learning from all of it, right? And maybe that's part of this, finding what, I've looked at a lot of different religions and I just have kind of adopted things from each of them that just resonate, right? Take what resonates and leave the rest.